Khan. Shalom. And let's start by giving all praises, fear, glory, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom to you, true, sincere brothers, warriors, defenders of the gospel. Shalom to you, true elders that are abiding in Yahawashi and the true believers. And shalom to the elect of 144,000 men that are fighting the good fight of faith. And Lord willingness is edifying for the righteous. And like I was telling this brother, I was watching the movie Venom, Let Them Be Carnage, and there's not too much in the movie that the spiritual eye can see, because it's most likely just basic hero stuff. But there is something I saw which basically, see, the enemy, even if the enemy managed to receive the same type of knowledge and power and strength, they can't grow, because they can't really use, like in these false prophets, they can't really use the power of Yahawashi, because Yahawashi is not with them. They're not in the same page. Then, because they're going against the spirit. So the spirit, it can only grow and be used when a righteous man is using it, because a righteous man will not use it for their own glory, but to defend what's right, to defend the widows, cure the sick. Let me get 1 Corinthians 11 and verse. I'm gonna start at verse 24. It says, "And when he had given thanks, he broke it and said, 'Take, eat. This is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me.' After the same manner also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, 'This cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye, as often as ye drink it, in remembrance of me.'" You see, and a lot of men, they're not drinking and they're not really eating worthily. They don't have Yahawashi in remembrance. They only remember men. This is verse 26. "For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come." So, you got to show the Lord's death, because that's how you defend the gospel, you see. Keep crying out and keep declaring that these false prophets kill the Lord. You see, and that he's coming for vengeance. Now, verse 29 says, "For he that eateth," and verse 27, "Wherefore whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of the bread and drink of that cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body." Right? So you need to have Yahawashi and remembrance in your mind. And when you do this work, you have to have Yahawashi in your mind, because if you don't, then you're not of Yahawashi and you're not doing what the Lord has commanded you to do. The Lord said, "Feed his sheep." And that is symbolic to you loving him. That's how you show your love to Yahawashi, by the seeds that you're planting. And if you're planting evil seeds, then you're that enemy that the Lord spoke about in that parable. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem, Makakwadash. And that's right, brother. Just like you said, if you're not planting the seeds of Yahushai, then you're actually scattering. The Lord said, "He that doesn't plant with me actually scatters the sheep." And, the whole thing about this truth is in these last days is all about having the fruits of the Spirit and having Yahushai. Everything in this time is demonic. Shit is demonic, man. And guys are only getting worse and worse. The hate is only getting worse. The world is only getting worse. Men are only getting worse. So you have to be getting stronger in the Lord to combat that. Because this whole world, the world is carnal. So if you're in the flesh, then you're getting worse with this world. But if you're in the spirit and you're moving like Yahawashi, you're building upon that rock, which the rock of Yahawashi is those fruits, the love, the charity, the mercy, with the Lord to the greatest thing that's going to remain. And that's actually remaining is the love of Yahawashi, which the many don't have. And when you go into salt, because the scripture say, you shall have salt within yourself. And the thing about the salt is salt, it actually preserves it preserves food, which that's what Yahushua is doing. He's preserving us through the salt. But many have lost the salt of Yahushua. And you may have food, right? Like you may have food set before you. It may look like food, but when you eat it, it doesn't have that salt. It doesn't have that flavor. It's just like void. It's just, you know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of guys have become. They become void. They became vain,
Right.
empty talk. And the salt is no longer there with these guys, man. Like I said, with the fruits of the spirit, the majority of our people, guys know the truth. Yeah, many are running to and fro. Knowledge is increased, but the ones that actually have Yahweh, they're not really out there like that. The wisdom is hidden, and the ones that really have the Lord, they're hidden too. You know, you got to look at this time like Sodom and Gomorrah, man. I played a clip in my video a couple days back, man, and it was crazy. And when the angels went to Sodom and Gomorrah, they were trying to get Lot out of there because it was so crazy. And Lot wasn't in the spirit where he was like bullshitting and taking his sweet time. He was in the spirit where he knew he had to get out of there. Well, that's what the spirit is saying too. And what we're saying, a lot of men can't really hear it. It's not meant for everybody to hear it. Some heard lightning, some heard other noises, but a few heard Yahweh Shai, the same thing now. Other guys, they're only in this thing for fame and clout. But for you, sincere brothers that really have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, we're just reiterating what Yahweh Shai was saying. How the hate uh, will increase. How men will become worse and worse. How many will be deceived and deceiving and being deceived themselves. So what Yahweh Shai is saying, he's just keeping you in that spirit for you to constantly discern God's spirit, constantly test God's spirit. Because we're not really dealing with men in these last days. We're not dealing with flesh, bro. We're dealing with spirits. We're dealing with legions. We're dealing with wickedness in high places. That's why Hebrews 6 says it says we battle against wickedness in high places. And who's in the high places? The famous, the great. You see, and so that's what we're going through in this time, man.
Well, if you look at
Um,
the time where Yahawashi was tempted by Satan, he brought him to a high place and showed him the riches and glory of the nations and kingdoms. See, but the Lord rejected all that, and by him rejected that, he was basically staying low. He rejected that high place.
yeah,
But
yeah,
guys, they're actually accepting it. They're doing the opposite.
yeah. And the thing about Yahweh Shai is the Lord, the world is not going to hear the Lord because in order for you to accept the Lord, you have to be reproved of your sins. And so that's why the scripture said darkness does not love the light. Like let's say like you're on a whole nother frequency, right? You have love, you have charity. But if you're around somebody else that has darkness and they have darkness and it's not gonna work. It's like two different spectrums. And that's what's happening right now. There's a great division and there's a great separation between those that serve the Lord and those that serve Satan, man. On some real shit, man. It's really like that. That's why we said this is a war. And you have to Slakia, you have to constantly remember that you're battling against guys that want to keep you away from the Lord. Go ahead, bro.
Come on. Let me continue on here. It's one more precept on this chapter. 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 30 says, "For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep. For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. But when we are judged, we we are chastened of the Lord, and we should not be condemned with the world. Wherefore, my brethren, when ye come together to eat, tarry one for another. And if any man hunger, let him eat at home, that ye come not together unto condemnation. And the rest will I set in order when I come." So, hey, the Lord, He's dividing the sheep from the goats, and there's only a few sheep. It's only a few men that are actually willing to follow the Lord. You see, even
Mm,
if it may seem dangerous, you know, we will still continue following the Lord because we know for a fact that the multitude is screwed. The multitude is not where it's at. The multitude does not have the spirit of Yahawashi, you see, and we rather die and be lifted up again, and just like Yahawashi did, you see. But a true wise man, a true man of the Lord, would never go with the multitude, because that's what destruction is. That's what damnation is. And a lot of these men, they're good actors, but they can't fool the very elect. They can't fool Yahushua's eyes. You know, the Lord said, whoever touches these little ones, any of these little ones, it's like they're touching the Lord's the apple of His eye. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what Yahawashi is explaining. And these guys, they don't care about that. You see, they don't care about the warning and the threat that Yahawashi is bringing to the wicked. Why? Because um, they cover their ears and they only listen to Satan. And the thing is, I made a video regarding. I brought this precept, 1 Corinthians 4. Actually, let me read it because I'm in 1 Corinthians right now. 1 Corinthians 4:15. It says, "For though ye have 10,000 instructors in Yahushai, yet have ye not many fathers." You see? So the Lord is telling us not to have many fathers. We only have one Father, one mediator. See, there's only one way. And guys, they want to promote themselves as another way, a shortcut, another mediator. You know, a mediator that doesn't require a covenant. Well, we don't want none of that stuff. We don't want none of that sorcery and that witchcraft. We're sticking with the Lord's blueprint. Go ahead, bro.
this is James chapter 3 and verse 14. It says, "But if you have bitter envying and stripes in your heart, glory not and lie not against the truth." It says, "This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, and devilish. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work." And just to add on to what you said too, guys are not coming together in the fruits of the spirit. They're coming together for condemnation. And you got to just be in the spirit where, like, just like Yahushua, he knew that Judas was going to betray him, but he didn't point Judas out. Oh, look what he's going to do. No, the Lord just said, "Hey, what you're going to do quickly." And that's the spirit that we're in. Because when you mature in the spirit and you just believe in the Lord and you just doing your best to serve the Lord, everything's gonna work out. That's why the Lord said everything works out in the favor of those that love Him. So don't be worried about all that. Don't be worried about that. Just serve the Lord, because at the end of the day, man, what's really happening is guys are being divided to who they really are. Like everybody's face mask is coming off, and everybody's true nature and true intent is really coming out. Like when you get to the end of something, the true understanding comes out. That's why even Joker saying to Batman, uh, people reveal themselves for who they really are. They really can't hide themselves at the point of death. And the wicked, they're at the point of death. They're not going to escape this. So they're revealing themselves. They can't really hide it, man. And what we're doing, we're pretty much like searching guys out. We're the judges. We're bringing out that judgment. If you're wicked and you're on the other side of Yahawashi, you're not really fighting for the Lord, then the words that we're speaking is condemning you. It's not really us, it's their own mind that's condemning you. Just like Judas. The majority of our people, they're like Judas being condemned, seeing evil spirits. They can't sleep. They're all plagued. You know what I'm saying? They're not sound in the mind. Guys are not really sane in the mind in these last days. And you really need your house to be sane, man. Seeing everything that's happening, seeing Esau doing what he's doing, seeing the volcanoes being unleashed. And the Lord, he's gonna do more strange apparitions. He's gonna do more great things in these last days, man. uh, uh, the weirdest thing that's happening is that he's speaking through the mouth of the prophets, but guys can't see, and they don't want to hear what we have to say. They're in the spirit of Stephen in the front of those guys, and what they stop their ears and they ran upon him and try to slay him. But the Lord, what He's gonna have to do with these guys, He's gonna have to bring that carnal judgment to them, so for them to really get it. They want a sign. You're gonna get a fucking sign from the Lord. That's what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to make this point too, when you go back to the angels, I was reading, one of the stories, you know, but when you go back to the angels, right? You have angels of death, you have angels of life, you have angels of mercy. The Lord, He created everything in his time, and everything is just. So, like the scriptures talk about, you got the 24 elders that stand before the Lord. Well, the angels, they're actually stand on behalf of the elect. So when you just defend your house and you walk in the ways of the Lord and you're teaching man how to really see, when you do that, the world is gonna try to slay you. Just like um, the king, he tried to slay Yahawashi, but the angels are gonna protect you just because you're teaching the ways of the Lord. But what guys are doing, they're using Yahawashi, but they're not really defending him. So therefore, the angels are not really defending them. You know, see, if you don't have the Holy Spirit in the Dawah and the mark of exemption, then you're not gonna make it. It don't matter what the fuck you know. Guys know about this, that, and the third. Oh, I know this, I know that. But do you know your house shy? That's really it's really coming down to, man. You got it, bro.
Right. Right. Let me get 1 Corinthians 6 and verse 7. No slack it. Verse 9, it says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of power? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor adulterers, nor uh, idolaters, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of power. And such were some of you, but ye are washed." You see? So
Mm.
so the main thing about following Yahushua is that through following him, you're cleansing yourself. You're washing the filth from the world and of doctrines of men. You see, but that's why you can't have doctrines of men, because if you have
Hey,
respective
no,
persons, if you have respective persons, that's a so form of chain. That's blocking you, it's stumbling you from continue to be washed by the Lord. Because if you're not with him,
yeah.
then he's not with you to so you can be cleansed. You gotta remember, when the Lord washed the disciples' feet, he washed the disciples that were there, and he was showing that as an example. You see, and the Lord said, if he doesn't do this, then you're not gonna be saved. So you have to be washed. That's a main key to be part of Yahushai. Now, see, I think it was Peter. He was like, "Oh, you shouldn't wash my feet," you know. But the Lord said, I have to wash your feet, or else you won't be saved." And he was like, "Oh, wash my entire body then, so I can make sure that I am saved." But the Lord said that basically these things that he does is to learn. These things, these examples that he put forth, is for learning. You see, and it's for the whole nation to learn. Now, there's only going to be a remnant that's going to see and be obedient and really learn. So this is a form of washing the sheep. You know, we're calling the sheep and cleansing them so that they can follow the Lord, not follow us, but follow the Lord. You know, we're just doing what the Lord commanded us to do. Now let me continue. 1 Corinthians 6 and see, verse 12 says, "All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under power of any." You see? So hey, you can't bring down Yahawashi. A lot of guys they wanna ignore Yahawashi and bring up something else. They wanna bring up Esau. You see, they wanna bring other topics. Verse 13, meats for the belly and meats for the meats. Slakia. Meats for the belly and the belly for the meats. But Yahweh shall destroy both it and them. Now the body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. So you got to be a new creature. You got to be a new man. That new man is going to be focused more in the spirit and not in the flesh. Because we're suffering in the flesh, man. Things don't go as we plan to for the flesh, you know, and it's what we got to endure. We got to go through the fire. We got to understand that the spirit is in a better place. Yeah, the flesh might be in captivity. The flesh, you know, we can easily get hurt, and where it can easily fail you. You know, you can easily feel tired at work, but the spirit is in peace. The spirit is in a better place. It's stronger, and that's important when you know that we're in a spiritual war. You see, it's a spiritual war, and it's getting worse. The war is getting worse. You can see it. The whole world can see it. But the ones that are worried about it are the ones that have a weak spirit. Go ahead, bro.
Con.
Hey, and that's why they always bring up Esau so much, because they following Esau. They following Satan. They want to know so bad what's Satan's next move. But the one in true power is Yahawashi. You know, Yahawashi. He's in control of everything. You see the left and the right. So guys are worried about the wrong thing, because they don't want to have Yahawashi remembrance. They rather have something else remembrance, because they know they ain't right.
Right. Kind of just like you made that point too. You know, we're meant to suffer these things. That's why the scriptures say that no man should be moved by these afflictions. So knowledge is power. Knowledge is key. And when you understand your house, you're not offended at the things you're going through. You're not offended at things that were happening towards you because you're in the spirit. Because your house went through those things. The Lord wasn't getting love from Jerusalem. He was getting hate. And the overwhelming majority of our people, they wanted to slay the Lord. They wanted to kill him. It wasn't a thing of double honors and fame and you being liked and every good video elder and this, that, and the third. It was a thing of hate. But there's a certain understanding and there's a certain power that comes from that when you are enduring Yahawashi. That's why the Lord said, endure in the spirit, and fight the good fight. See, this thing is all about defending Yahawashi so he can defend you in a time of trouble. We're early in a time of trouble and brothers are being defended. You may go out, that could have been the day you got hit by a car. And the Lord, he got you through it. See, the things that were spiritual are things that are not seen. That's why we go into faith, mercy, and judgment, things that cannot be seen, that guys really don't talk about. Because when you go into these things, that's not what the world is going to cater to. See, what the world
Right.
wants to see is like entertainment. Oh, Sakari versus GMS. Oh, who has the most views? Guys are carnal. So the way that they look at the spirit, who has the spirit, they're looking at the views and the clout. They're not really checking who's moving like Yahawashi. And like what would say, the doctrine don't make man a man of the Lord. Just you being in the camp, you wearing a garment, that don't make you a man of the Lord. What makes you a man of the Lord is, are you actually defending your house side in your house side spirit? Because the wicked are trying to make themselves like they're the righteous. They may talk about Yahawashi and oh the throne of David and this that, but then when you really go into it, you put a fucking curtains upon these guys. You really start to see these guys are not of the Lord, because when you're in Yahawashi, you're doing the things Yahawashi did. You're gonna be in a place where no man wants to speak about you, like they fear Yahawashi, but you're gonna be in the spirit. And when you go into the glory, you're not going to be seeking your own glory. Yahushua, he wasn't seeking his own glory. He was doing things that to seek the glory of the Lord. That's why he had certain things happen. Raise Lazarus back from the dead, heal certain guys, do certain things to get people faith so they can believe in the Lord. But when you don't teach Yahushua, you're having men try to believe on you. You're gathering men to your camps. You want men to praise you. And so there's many snares that you can fall in. God may just say the mark of the beast. Well, there's many ways you can be destroyed. Even if you don't take the mark of the beast, you can still be destroyed just by listening to a false prophet, man. These are key. These are key things that you have to watch out for. And this is just a warning. You don't have to believe what I say. I don't give a damn, because I know where I stand with the Lord. But you have to understand and read for yourself what the scriptures say. Don't let guys read for you. Don't because God, our people, they just want to listen to the smooth things. They want to hear the smooth things. No, the things you have to hear is not going to make your flesh feel good, but it's actually good for your soul. That's why Yahweh said, "You have to eat of my flesh and drink of my blood." What does that actually mean? You have to walk like He walked, enduring in this truth, and you have to show that by your faith. And if the faith means separating from camps and guys and elders that are not right, you have to do that, man, for your own salvation. You got it, bro.
John. This is John 14:26. Says, but the Comforter, which is the Holy Ghost, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance, whatsoever I have said unto you. You see, so we have the Comforter, man, because we're remembering what the Lord has told us, and we're doing it. Now, if you look at these news, and these elites, you know, these elites, they know that their time is short. Their kingdom is ending. This is the whole process of their kingdom falling down. If and the Lord coming back, but they're not gonna speak about that in the television, in the public, because they want the public to stay in the dark, and they want to keep the multitude for themselves, for them to be, because the multitude, they believe these demons, so they will never bring the fact that their kingdom is ending. They're not bringing that. They rather continue bringing up more variants, of COVID and all this bullshit. Same thing with these false prophets, man. They don't want to bring the fact that Yahawashi is coming back and destroying the false prophets. They're gonna continue bringing up other topics, you see, and making these topics, quote unquote, like they call it, hot topics. You see, oh, we're better than that other camp, and this camp, and that camp said this. Well, we don't care about that, man. You see, the true men of the Lord don't care about that. The true men of the Lord only care about remembering the words of Yahawashi and sealing them up in our mind, not sealing other words of men.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a part of it. That's a part of it. You're right, Doc. We really don't. The wicked don't really matter. But in order for brothers to effectively know what to discern and what to get away from, they have to be brought out. And we do our best to teach in a way where brothers can understand, because the Yahweh spirit is not really being brought out by camps of men. Now they're more worried about what Esau's doing and what Esau got going on. When the Lord tells you that if you're in Him, You build upon that rock, the floods ain't even gonna get you. Now, Esau ain't even gonna touch you. You're gonna be good. You're good now because we're teaching the Lord. We're good. What makes you think we're not gonna be good in that time? But first, you have to understand what Yahawashi was saying before he even went into all these major things with things going on. Because we can go into World War III and this, that, and the third. You know, we did countless videos in the past. We're in a time now where the Lord said He's separating the goats from the sheep. You see what I'm saying? Because like brothers would play certain clips, you know, and certain guys will say, well, some guys are stopping your blessings. So you can literally be around demons and motherfuckers that are stopping your blessing, stopping the Lord from really dealing with you, and having you in the place of Jonathan. Remember Jonathan, man? He was in the middle with Saul and David. Yeah, he did some righteous things and he was helping David, but because he was affiliated with the house of Saul, what happened? He still ended up being killed. And so the house of Saul and the house of David, they're still fighting to this very day. You know, they're still fighting to this very day. It's just that the house of David is small in number. And what the Lord is telling you, He's not telling you things of the flesh, woman, and things of that nature. He's telling you to discern between guys. Let me grab this precept, Buck. I don't want to keep on talking. This is First Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, but as we were allowed of the Lord to be put in trust with the gospel, even so we speak not as pleasing men, but the Lord which tries our hearts. For neither at any time use we flattery words, as you know, nor a cloak of covetousness. God is witness. So we speak this thing raw and we're real. And guys are fake. So when you're real and you're real about this thing, what you tend to see is, hey, sit, my bad, what you tend to see is many guys are not of the Lord. See, you have to walk in your house shy so that you can actually see that guys are not of the Lord. You see, because if we're past the time of you just going out to the camps, teaching the word, and then you just going home eating a bucket of chicken. We're past that time. We're past the time of you just getting views and clout, and then you think you're a man of the Lord. We're past that. We're in the time now, like, are you in the spirit of Yahweh Shai? Now, how do you know guys are in the spirit of the Lord? If they're defending Yahweh Shai, not their damn camps, not the damn elders that call themselves double honored and so great. Go ahead, bro.
Right.
Slakia, man. Damn dog.
This is let me read John 12 and verse 25 says, he that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this and he that let me read again. He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it in unto life eternal. If any man serve me, let him follow me, and where I am, there shall also my servant be. If any man serve me, him will my Father honor. You see? And that's the only way you receive honor, which is from the Father. And it's by following Yahweh Shai. You know, and what does it say? If any man serve me, let him follow me. That's how you serve the Lord, because when the way of following him is following his footsteps, doing what he did. You know, the examples that he put forth. You know, taking it as your own guidelines. You know, and following it. You see how did he feed the sheep? How did he warn our people? How did he walk? Um, every time. So there was an example. Yeah, when he was teaching, you know, the multitude came up to him, and he rejected the fame, you know, and he went out from the multitude and, you know, got some alone time with the Father. And that's how we're supposed to be, you know, uh, talking to our head, because just like he was speaking to the Father, which is his head, our head is Yahweh Shai, and we have to do the same thing. He's expecting us to do the same thing, you know, get away from the multitude and and conversating with Yahweh Shai, you know, and having him in our mind, because Yahweh Shai, he kept the Father in his mind. He kept the will of the Heavenly Father in his mind. He didn't think of himself, you see, because everything he did was putting his life in jeopardy. but he still continued doing what he was supposed to do. What else is there here? Yeah, verse 27
I got
says,
this precept. Go
let
ahead.
me read this one. Verse 27, it says, Now is my soul troubled, and what should I say? Father, save me from this hour. But for this cause came I unto this hour. Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven saying, I have both glorified it and will glorify it again. The people therefore that stood by and heard it said that it thundered. Others said, an angel spoke to him. Yahawashi answered and said, This voice came not because of me, but for your sakes. Now is the judgment of this world. Now shall the prince of this world be cast out. And I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. This he said, significant. Salakia. This he said, signifying what death he should die. The people answer him, We have heard out of the law that Yahushai abideth forever. And how sayest thou the Son of Man must be lifted up? Who is this Son of Man? Then Yahushai said unto them, If yet a little while is the light with you, walk while ye have the light, lest
Mm.
darkness come upon you. For he that walketh in darkness knoweth not whither he goeth. While ye have light, believe in the light, that ye may be the children of light. Go ahead, bro. That's pretty self-explanatory, because if you want to know what you're walking, you gotta see. You gotta see the light. You're gonna see that it's a dangerous path, but it's only dangerous if you fall to the fire of the water. You see, you gotta stay in the middle. You gotta stay walking straight. Go ahead, bro.
God. And that's heavy too, because when the Lord said that he that walketh in life stumbleth not.
Mm,
Even when you walk in the darkness, you're not stumbling because you have the light in you. So you like we can go places and we can be by ourselves and we can like places that the average person may fear. We can actually go to those places because we have the light. See, the
right,
eternal light can destroy any physical darkness that's around you. That's why you got to understand that. Yeah, when you have Yahawashi with you, it don't matter what Esau was doing, what Esau was planning. Now we're gonna know certain things that Esau was doing, but at the end of the day, what is Esau trying to do? At the end of the day, he's trying to get you from fearing the Lord to fearing men. Because if you fear him more than you fear the Lord, then he got you. You see what I'm
right,
saying? Because pretty much what Yahushua is doing right now, he's trying every single last one of us. And Isaac, he was thrown into that. He was about to be offered to be a sacrifice to the Lord. That was a fiery temptation from Abraham. You got to look at yourself like that. The Lord, he's gonna try you too. But you got to trust. You got to have faith in the Lord, man. The faith the faith that you got to have is understanding and believing that the Lord be with you, even when you get away from men, when you separate yourself from these camps. And you have to do it, man. The majority of our people in this time, they're like the world now. It's just that they have something spiritual in their hand. You see what I'm saying?
right.
Let me grab this real quick. This is First Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 3. It says, "For this is the will of God, even your sanctification, that you shall abstain from fornication, that every one of you shall know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor, not in the lust of concupiscence, even as the Gentiles which know not God. It said that no man go beyond and defraud his brother in any matter, because that the Lord is the avenger of such as we have also forewarned you and testified. For the Lord hath not called us unto uncleanness, but unto holiness." And that's why the scriptures say that don't judge one another, but that we put no stumbling block before your brother. And what's a major stumbling block in this time? God's telling you you're not in the covenant with Yahawashi. Hey, that's a major. It's a major covenant if you really understand, because we're at the end now, and it's like Satan's trying to do everything he can to keep you away from the spirit, to keep you away from Yahawashi, to keep you away from your head. And the guys are trying to put themselves as your head. So it's like if you let guys tell you that you're not in the covenant with the Lord, then you're meant to be deceived. You're meant to be destroyed with these guys, man. Because it's pretty evident what the Lord told us. Go ahead, bro.
Come on. Let me get John 14 verse 30, and get a couple more first precepts from the 15. All right, it says, "Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh, and hath nothing in me, but that the world may know that I love the Father, and as the Father gave me commandments, even so I do. Arise, let us go hence." Verse John 15 verse 1. "I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine,
Mhm.
nor more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me ye can do nothing.
Right. So
Woo!
Yahawashi said, if you abide in me, then you're gonna bring forth much fruit. So we're actually abiding in Yahawashi, and when you abide in the Lord, you always have things to say. You always have things to bring out. The Spirit is always going to be in you to always bring certain things out to edify the flock. You know what I'm saying? To teach the flock. Edify means to bring something out of somebody. So if you have Yahawashi in you, you're gonna be able to bring Yahawashi out of other people, out of other men. You see what I'm saying? Because the kingdom is in us. That's why the Lord said, "Don't look over there, look over here." Don't look over there or anywhere. The Lord is in you. But you have to bring that out of you by reading about Yahawashi, because the scriptures, they bring it out of you. They bring that power out of you. You see? Go ahead, bro.
Exactly. Verse 6 says, verse 6 says, "If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned." So you see, in the Lord, he's not dealing with the ones that don't have fruits. He's not dealing with the ones that are not abiding in him. And let me see if there's more here. Yeah, there's one more. Verse verse 8. Verse 7. If ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. Herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit. So shall ye be my disciples. So that brings me in mind another precept. I'm gonna bring it out right now, about who the true disciples are, because the true disciples are not the ones that they clear with the mouth, but show with their actions, with their works, with their fruits. Because when you look at a tree, you define the tree by what is providing. What is growing. And the multitude and these false prophets, they're they're being withered away because they don't have the fruits that
Right.
represents the
Yeah.
work of Yahushai.
Right. And just to back you up, if you notice, like certain trees in the wild, they may be huge, but they don't really have no fruits. So a lot of
Right.
guys, they're big trees, but they're not providing fruit. And what did the Lord do when he went to that tree? He cursed it. He said, "Man, where the hell is the fruit at?" You know, I
Right.
came all these days looking for fruit. The Lord was out thirsty, he's hungry. He came to this tree, it didn't have fruit. That represents a lot of you guys out there. You know, see what you guys are providing is rotten fruit. Like you may have certain fruits, but it's rotten. It's not ripe to eat, rather to be stepped on and destroyed. You see, and you got to be able to discern between whose fruit is abiding and whose fruit is withering away. Because you may have guys teaching the truth and they may be saying certain things, but the fruit of Yahawashi is the fruit um, of the spirit. You're gonna know just by the energy, man. The scripture said we're lively stones. So if somebody's in the spirit, they're gonna be animated. They're gonna be like John the Baptist. I got the scripture right here where he was rebuking them scribes that came. He said, "Who warned you to flee from the wrath to come?" See, when you have the fruit of Yahweh Shai, you're gonna have like the scripture say that um um we all have gifts. You got to look at the fruit of the spirit like that. You're gonna be able to see that's a fruit, discernment, mercy, love. Like if you pluck a fruit from a tree, that represents things that actually are in the Lord, like judgment. That's a fruit in itself. You being able to see love, that's a fruit in itself. Now, guys don't actually have those fruits. What they have is they're like a withered tree where they're dead on the inside, but on the outside they make themselves look good, like a Christmas tree. You know, I
Yeah.
don't want to say Christmas, but like an Xmas tree. It's fake, but it has all those things on it. It may look real on the eye, but it's really fake when you really touch it when you get close to it. Now I got this right here, real quick. This is Matthew chapter 3 and verse 11. Matter of fact, let me start at verse 9. It
Yeah,
says,
and also, Salakia, now you just put something in my head because, um, see when when the Most High, Yahweh spoke to Moses, uh, it was a burning bush, but the bush didn't get consumed, and that's what the Lord is making us to be. We're being that fire, and even if you're on fire, you're still not withering away because you have those fruits. You're enduring that fire.
"Come on, bro. God, um, God, let me keep going on this. Matthew's chapter 3 and verse 7. It says, but when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his baptism, he said unto them, O generation of vipers, who has warned you to flee from the wrath to come? It says, bring forth therefore fruits for me for repentance. So John the Baptist didn't have a respect of persons because there were many and they were great. No, he told them, who warned you to flee from the wrath to come? And that's what we're doing. We're standing in front of the gates of life. You know, from the times of Adam, man has separated himself from God, you know, and the tree of life has only been revealed to a few. So just like them two angels, we're standing before that tree. And before anybody can come in, we're seeing who everybody is. And like the scriptures say, we have the power to omit everything you omit on earth shall be omitted in heaven. And everything you say, if he really can see and you're judging man according to the scriptures, guess what? Yahweh agrees with that. That's what that new covenant means. You're going to be speaking, and the Lord is going to be agreeing with you, just like the Father agreed with Yahweh. What Yahweh he agrees with you. So it's not going to be a thing where you don't know and you're not confrontational, like guys say. No, you're going to know if guys are wicked, and you're going to know who's righteous too. You know, you're going to know, man. You're going to be able to speak these things, and pretty much what we're saying in these last days is, hey, brothers that were really in the spirit, the Lord, he got us and he's with us, man. You know, he's with us. Everything we've been teaching and everything we've been saying and it's been coming to pass, we also got to recognize where the judgment's going out with the majority of guys, there's mercy also coming out too. So if you're teaching your house and you're sincere, you're not a demon, you don't have hate, you know, but you really have that love for the Lord and for the sheep, guess what? The Lord, he's going to protect you, man. See, when you defend your house, he defends you. As much as you put in the Lord, he's going to put it in you. So if you're not putting your all into the Lord is not going to put his all into you. Go ahead, bro. And calm, brother. We can see your precepts. We're about to get some in a few
Yeah,
minutes.
let's get a precept break, and then I get my precept. This is Philemon 1:4 says, "I thank my power, making mention of thee always in my prayers." Aman Khan. Yeah, you gotta always have Yahawashi in your mind, man, because this world promotes everything else that's not of Yahawashi. So it's our due diligence to keep hold of that spirit and grow. This is you want to read this one out?
Yeah, I can read it. Calm, bro. Ecclesiastes 11:7. It says, "Truly the light is sweet, and a pleasant thing is for the eyes to behold the sun." That's right, man. And that's why the Lord said, "Blessed are the ears that hear," because when you actually can hear and you can see and you accept Yahweh Shai and who He really sent, then you're actually blessed. You know, you're actually blessed, man. You will have, if you go back to certain of the stories, right, when certain of our people they helped the prophets or the certain man of the Lord, when the prophets left, they ended up blessing their house. So you got to look at it like when you hear and you don't avoid what the Lord is saying, then you end up being blessed, and you're blessed with the eyes to really see. You can actually see, you can discern. You can actually where the spirit is at, which is the main thing you got to understand. The wicked and the righteous are teaching this truth. It's just that where is Yahweh Shai at? Many guys don't have that. They don't have the eyes to really see that. But when the true prophet, they're able to give you that sight to really see. But they're not out there in the mainstream. You're not gonna get that from the mainstream camps. You're not gonna get that from guys on high because all they're worried about is to be seen by men. They got the glory of this world, you know. But the true spirit is hidden, man. And I'm close. I'm close to being done. Like,
God, this is Isaiah 8:10. Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand. For Yahweh Shai is with us. Verse 11. For the Lord spoke this to me with a strong hand, and and instructed me that I should not walk in the way of this people, saying, let's see, say ye not. Is this the same thing? Oh yeah, Isaiah 8 verse 12. Say ye not a confederacy to all them to whom this people shall say, a confederacy, neither fear ye their fear, nor be afraid. So don't
mm,
fear what the wicked men tell you to fear, because they're trying to make you fear something else that's not Yahushai. And Yahushai, he's the only one that is bringing up vengeance and judging the world.
Colin,
So,
check this out. Check this out, bro, real quick. Matthew chapter 7 and verse 16. It said, "You shall know them by their fruits."
mm,
It says, "Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit." So, when you go to a tree, you're expecting something good to eat. You're not expecting thorns or something that's going to kill you or poison you. But when guys like the way that guys teach, and the majority of our people, man, what they're teaching and what's coming out of their mouth is poison. So you really can't even eat it. You just got to spit it out and keep on going, because their fruits is not meat for Yahweh Shai. It's not meat for repentance. It's not even meat to eat. See, and that's what happens when you don't abide in Yahweh Shai. You're cast out. You may be teaching the work, but your fruits are not meat to eat. The only thing that's going to hear it is the world. That's why the scriptures say that the world hears them because they're of the world. You know, I'm gonna keep on going down real quick.
right, go
It
ahead.
says, "Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit." It says, "Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire." And what are the fruits? Guys, is actions, the way that they move, the way that they conduct themselves. So when you compare the way that Yahweh was moving and you compare how guys are moving, it's easy to see who's of Yahweh, who's not. You know, that's why Yahawashi is the key thing in this truth, man. That's all we're worried about, Yahawashi. Making making building ourselves as best upon that rock as possible, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
Let me get my precept here, Salakia. Uh, John 15 verse, what is it? Verse 16. It says, "Ye, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that ye shall go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you." See, and the Lord, he's not listening to any guy, man, any men, only his men, only the ones that have um the will and are doing the Father's business, because that's what an agreement is. If you don't have an agreement, if you don't have the covenant, Yahushua, if you're not in the covenant, the Lord is not dealing with you. He's just,
Right.
you're an outcast.
Yeah.
That's what guys are. They're outcasts in Yahushua, because they rather be part of the synagogue. You see, we're outcasts of the synagogues because we don't care about the synagogue. We care about the temple of the Lord. We care about being in that one body, being in the path of Yahushua, not the temple made with hands.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why Yahawashi said, well, destroy this temple, I'm gonna build it in 3 days. Then the scribe and Pharisees were all worried about, oh, he's talking about our temple, you know, the building. Like guys make themselves. That's why Jeremiah said, if they say the temple of the Lord is this, this, and this, the Lord, the scripture say, don't go over there. Okay, the temple will be the true worshipers. And I constantly go into that chapter because it's heavy. That's literally what guys have done with their camps and everything, man. But you got to understand that if you're really of the Lord, you're gonna have the eyes to see, and you're gonna be able to maneuver like the Lord and come from the wicked. You know, one thing about Lot was he came away from the wicked, but even some of his sons and daughters that stayed in there, his wife looked back, but only Lot made it with his two daughters. You know, so if you're really of the Lord, you're gonna really understand, man. It's not gonna be something hard. You know, it's not gonna be. You're not gonna be like, oh, why are they saying this? Why are they saying that? No, you're gonna read the scriptures for yourself, and you're gonna come out from the wickedness. But if you're the wicked, you're gonna be with the wicked. Every animal is gonna consort to his like, and that's what's happening. Every man is moving according to who you are. If you're wicked, then you're with the wicked. If you're righteous, you're with the righteous. You know, all we're doing is we're planting those seeds into God's ground. Like the Lord said, the good ground, the you got the good ground, you got the ground that wasn't built up, you got other grounds. So when your house out, the seed goes into the grounds, what happens? Either guys, Satan comes and takes away that seed. The cares of the world chokes these guys and they get corrupt. They go back to the world. And then you got the good grounds, the few brothers. And what are these brothers going to do? They're not going to take the seed, the money, and hide it like that wicked servant. They're going to go and double that money. They're going to go and double the Lord's talents. So we're only speaking to the few brothers that were hidden, man. We're not talking to everybody out there. Everybody's not going to get this, what we're saying. Go ahead, bro.
Come on, let me get some precept from the brothers here. It says Hebrews 1 and 13 says, "But to which of the angels said he at any time, sit on my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool." Con. And let me get, see the water for all these precepts. Let me
Yeah,
see.
Shalom, brothers, the water. You
And
brothers' precepts help, you know, it helps dearly, man. As we're teaching, we also get fed too. And we actually do this thing because we love it. We don't do this for fame or anything like that. You know, we really just want the Lord to close this thing up and destroy the wicked and deliver us out of this place, man. But what's needed in this time that guys are not really talking about is judgment. You know, getting guys to know what the wicked is so they can separate themselves. You know, go ahead, bro.
Job 34 and 4, "Let us choose to us judgment. Let us know among ourselves what is good."
Mm,
Galatians 5:22, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith,
Mm. So you
meekness,
can't.
temperance. Against
Yeah.
such that is no law. Go ahead, bro.
Kind of. All I was gonna say was you can't let the darkness of this world overcome you. Now that's why I put that precept: don't be overcome with evil, but overcome the evil with the good. Even with if guys are wicked, don't let their wickedness bring you down. Rise above that wickedness. Rise above that filth. 'Cause this world is only meant to keep you down. But when you have Yahawashi, uh, you're always uplifted, man, and that's how you have to be. Because this time we're actually we're glorying in the Lord. We're happy. We're ecstatic because everything we've been doing, coming back in the reincarnation, being killed, because we're those ones that was killed. And I don't know how many times I can say this or we can put it. It's true. We're the ones that was killed, along with a few brothers out there that were scattered. We were actually doing these things, man. That's why our brothers is in such a strong spirit in this time. But in this time, the Lord said, we're gonna. Some of us are not gonna taste this thing of death. So Hey, I'm in a very upbeat spirit. I'm in a very happy spirit, man. You know, if you're teaching your house shy and you're doing the best you can to do what the Lord told you to do, you're gonna have a certain a sense of peace and happiness. You're not gonna be like Saul or crushed and what his servant said. I perceive that an evil spirit is controlling you, master. You see, so you're not gonna be like that, man. You're not gonna be like these elders. You're gonna be in a very um, special place of the Lord, which is hidden. You want me to read this precept?
Con.
Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 10. And the Lord delivered unto me 2 tables of stone written with the finger of God, and on them was written according to all the words which the Lord spake with you in the mount. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. And the law was given unto Moses, for the wicked. But now we have something greater than the law, which is Yahawashi. Which Yahawashi, he fulfilled the law. He did what we couldn't do, which was overcome death and sin. And he took that on the cross. That's why even the Lord couldn't look upon him, because literally everybody's sins was on the Lord on that cross, man. But what we have greater now is we have Yahawashi, and just by you believing in the Lord and defending Him, guess what? He will be with you, man. That's all we're saying. But don't expect the world to love you, because it's not. You have the Lord. You think the world is gonna love the light? No, they're in darkness. They're asleep. They don't want to hear what the word has to say. It's like you trying to wake somebody out of a deep sleep, and they love that shit. They don't want to wake up. That's why the Lord says, seek those that have the same glory as you, those that have the same heart as you, that fear the Lord. You got it, bro.
Con. Um, let's see. You want to get the last precept out?
Con.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm just going through the precepts the brothers got. I'm gonna go through a few of them more. Yeah. If you want, you can read this one actually. Right here.
Con. Yeah, you're gonna have to get a bayat precepts, like.
Con. There's new ones.
Did you only get his old ones? Now
Let me see.
we'll get them. We'll get them. But let
Con.
me let
Con.
me grab this though. Zechariah 13:6. It says, and one shall say unto him, what are these wounds in thy hands? Then shall he answer, those with which I was wounded in the house of my friends. Oof. Hey, that's a banger, Rock. Let me read that one more time. Zechariah 13:6. And one shall say unto him, what are these wounds in thy hands? Then he shall answer, those with which I was wounded in the house of my friend. That's right, man. And the Lord said it wasn't an enemy that done this, but it was my own acquaintance. That's why the Lord said, take heed of thy friends and beware of. Really, you got to let the Lord be truth and every man a liar at the end of the day. You know, we all help each other, but the Lord, He comes first above all. And what's being fulfilled guys talk about prophecy, right? He saw this and he saw that where the Lord said two should be divided in the house, the mother against the parents and the daughter against her father. Well, that's actually happening in real time. So this prophecy is being fulfilled. It's just that it's not according to the nations, according to this truth. The wicked are being exposed, the divisions that are happening, and it's all because of Yahweh Shai, you know? So you got it, bro.
See the brother saying, when one stumbles, it is because they are not looking where they are going, not paying attention of the path ahead. It's very dangerous, right? Because they're distracted. They're distracted on where they really have to go. They're just looking at where's the shiny things, where's everybody going. You see, just like walking there, and they end up walking to their slaughter. You see, because they just followed what men followed. They didn't discern with their own spirit because they don't
Yeah.
have the spirit. Now, let me see. Slack if I miss some precepts here, brothers. Let me see. Scroll back up here. Yeah, the brother put out also Hebrews. I believe it was Hebrews. Let me see. Hebrews 12 and 29. I start verse 28. It says, "Wherefore we receiving a kingdom which cannot be moved, let us have grace whereby we may serve Yahweh Shai acceptably with reverence and godly fear. For Yahweh Shai is a consuming fire."
Mm.
And let me see, hold on. Okay, Hebrews 13 and 1 says, "Let brotherly love continue. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares." You see, so we're a spectacle, you see, to the angels and to the kingdom of heaven, because um we're still fighting, and the Lord, he has our back, and he has our eyes set on us. And this place don't have a lot of time, man. This place have very, very few time, and that's why you see a lot of confusion and a lot of things coming up, and more distractions coming up. But just know that the more distraction there is, the more we have to fight, and that's just proving ourselves to the Lord.
Con.
That's all I have, Ak. You want to say anything else?
I'm gonna grab this last precept, and that's gonna be it for me.
Con.
Galatians chapter 3 and verse 11. But it says, "But that no man is justified by the law in the sight of God, it is evident, for that the just shall live by faith." So you have to live by faith. You know, your faith is going to be your guide in this time of trouble. You know, you're not being able to see certain things, but you just having that faith. The Lord will help you in certain situations, man. You notice that what the Lord does, even with all the true man, the Lord, He pushes them to the extreme. Like I was mentioning with Abraham and Isaac, He pushed Abraham to the extreme to offer up Isaac. But when He seen that Abraham had that faith to do it, guess what? He delivered Isaac. He didn't uh, kill Isaac. You know, with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, with Daniel in the lion's den. So that faith is going to be your power in the time of trouble. We only have spiritual power. Um, just a little bit more. It says, verse uh, verse 11. It says, "But that no man is justified by the law in the sight of God, it is evident, for the just shall live by faith. And the law is not of faith, but that the man that doeth them shall live in them. Yahweh has redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us, for it is written, Cursed is everyone that hangeth on a tree, that the blessing of Abraham might come on the Gentiles through Yahweh, that we might receive the promise of the Spirit through faith."
Mm.
So just by you having the faith, that's the promise right there, you know? And the Lord, He promises that He will give us the Spirit. But you first, when you have faith, what that does, it adds to the Spirit, man. You know, and as you continue to add to your spirit, you continue to grow. You continue to see new things. You know, it's always about growth. It's always about growth. You know, it's not about staying in one place.
That's right.
And that's it from me, buddy. You got it.
Con. And with that, let's give all praises, fear, glory, and honors to Yahweh Ba'ashim, Rashai Ba'ashim, Rakakwadash, and keep walking forward towards Yahawashi. Don't move, don't move backwards or sideways, but straight.
That's right.
You know, and don't let any man or anything of the world um, change your mind, because your mind has to be shielded. You have to use the spirit, and you gotta have Yahawashi to shield your mind from being hijacked of the world. You see, the world wants to hijack you. They want to use you. They want you far away from the Lord, and that's why we're fighting. That's why the world is burning as we speak, because as it is written, you see, they cannot deceive the very elect, and that's it's written, and by having that written, we've won the battle. You see, we just need to prove ourselves and prove our faith. And that's all I have. In Shalom, brothers, and Abba Ball.
Hey, the water once again, brothers, for the precepts.
One, Khan.
Much needed.
Peace and blessings. Put them prayers up, Akim. Shalom.
Shalom.